Welcome back, dear children. I stopped at this place, and what we read was that how the Dover Mail, it is half the way up the hill, and the people, the passengers, they come out of the coach so that it's easy for the horses to pull it. Okay, it is dark, misty night. Okay, therefore driver and guards are unable to see what is right in front of them clearly, but they know very well that it's the right time for robbery, and this place, Shooters Hills, was the perfect place for such occurrence. Right, now they both peered into the mist to see if anything was moving. So though they tried to be very, very cautious, they tried to look through the mist so that everything was all right. The guard was holding a gun with a long barrel across his knees. Suddenly he raised it to his shoulder. So even the guard was very alert. He was holding his gun, okay, with a long barrel, and was right at his. He had taken his position that in any case, if robbers attack him, he should be alert enough to respond back. Suddenly he raised it to his shoulder. He heard some sounds. Okay, I hear a horse coming up behind us. Gentlemen, in the king's name, all of you, get into the coach. So what does he? Now he cautions everyone in and around the coach. He tells them that he can hear some horse rider. So if he, in the king's name, okay, he says everyone to get inside the coach. The coach stopped and the three passengers got in quickly. They remained still and silent, waiting. The guard squeezed the gun in his hand, ready for the worst. Ready for the worst means to face the worst. Okay, so squeezed means he pressed his gun hard, and they were all ready to face the robbers. Soon a horse at a gallop came fast and furiously up the hill. A dark figure appeared out of the mist. So now what happens? Furiously means a horse rider came in a quick speed, and who appeared? A dark figure appeared out of the mist. Stop! Who goes there? Shouted the guard. Is this the Dover Mail? Now these are the words of the dark figure. It is. Why? So this is guard, okay, speaking. I have a message from London for one of your passengers. Whose words are these? These words are of the dark figure who comes on a horse. Well, don't try anything funny. I have a gun aimed at your heart, and I have never missed. Now over here, the guard doesn't trust the passenger. He says there's no need to act funny. So he's already having a gun with him to aim, and he's already aimed it to his heart. Okay, and he's never missed a shot also. Therefore, that passenger should not try to misguide them, or that should not try to fool them. Okay, the message is from Mr. Jarvis Lorry of Tellson's Bank, London. So this is the messenger who speaks these words. He says, now he clears out. He says, it's nothing. I'm not trying to cheat you. The message is really for Mr. Jarvis Lorry, who must be one of your passenger. The driver leant over the side of the coach. Lendist bent over the side of the coach. Is there a Mr. Jarvis Lorry on the boat? So that's what the other words of the driver. Driver says he just inquires if there is any Mr. Jarvis Lorry in the coach. A gentleman of about 60 put his head out of the window. Yes, I'm Jarvis Lorry. So here we come to know that the age of Jarvis Lorry was about 60 years old. A message from London, said the driver. Get out of the coach and walk across the rider. So this driver tells him that there's a message from London, so you should come out of the coach and go towards the rider. So children, this is a scene where the horse rider comes with a message. This is a coach, and it gives a message to Jarvis Lorry. You can see the horse is pulling the coach. Clear? Then we have Mr. Lorry got out and confidently approached the horse and rider standing some distance away. Good evening, Mr. Lorry, sir. At once, Mr. Lorry recognized the rider's London accent. Accent is a kind of touch in your language. Okay, wherever you belong to in your language, even if you speak English, okay, that touch in your language comes in your speaking skill, right? Jerry Cruncher, not a night for riding all the way from London. He says now Lorry recognizes the person. That who that black figure was? He was Jerry Cruncher. So that's why Lorry says Jerry Cruncher. This is not the proper night for you to come all the way from London. No, sir, but they say it's important. He says that, but he had to come there because it was an important matter. Mr. Lorry took the small folded paper, handed it to him, and held it close to the coach lamp. He read the message aloud, "Meet Mademoiselle at Dover," and then looked up at the writer. So this was written in the letter. Jerry say that my answer was recalled to life. So this is a reply of what Lorry gives to Jerry Cruncher. He says, my answer was recalled to life. So he just picks up this code word. Okay, it's a message in a decoded form. Okay, that I explained you that the life in England and France was such that it was very difficult for one to survive, and everything people had everything was really very like people did not trust each other, full of people were full of mistrust towards each other. Therefore, whatever message they had to pass on, they usually spoke in code language. So this is a code language. He passes on his message. That's why Jerry Cruncher says, "That's a strange answer, Mr. Lorry, sir." "It is enough. They'll understand. Now have a safe journey back to London. Good night." Come on, said the driver impatiently. "We haven't got all night." What does it mean we haven't got all night? It means that we don't have full night to spare to be here, because that spot was really, that place, that site was really very dangerous for the robbers could come anytime and rob them off. Okay.